Please raise your hands, backend developers. Okay, so most of you. Front-end developers, maybe. Okay, some DevOps. One. Maybe designers. Not here. Oh, many of you. And maybe QA here. Hi to guys. You will be my favorites. So, I think this problem will touch everyone who works in IT in companies. Test cases, from test cases to risk management. So, briefly about me. My name is Artemii. I'm QA lead at web department at Salmon. And before that, I spent about 10 years in fintech, in online bank, in investment platform in UK, and now in super app in Philippines. So, and let me start with numbers. The problem that they faced, that they grows so fast. And at some point, at one product, they faced that they has 2,000 test cases, 500 of them were automated and rest at manual. So, and if you divide it by 8 QA engineer, you will receive 57 hours of regress testing. Does somebody knows what is regress testing? Then you test regress. Okay, somebody told me that you doesn't know. So you need to recheck the whole application. And if you divide it, you will receive 7-8 hours of the each engineer. But this is without any analysis, without any retest, without any conversation, any other real work. In reality, it took 5 days in common. So just imagine that every release you have to spend 5 days just to release your product, and it become real big problem. So just on the math level, it was clear that it broke. This model didn't scale anymore. And this is what made us to take a look at QA role and regress testing from different angle. To understand why this hit us so hard, quick reminder who they are. The Salmon, it's not just one isolated product, it's several connection products around the bank application. So, and they don't build one small product. Several connected things, many cross-products flows. That means that you can start in one application and then move to another one. So if you have some problem in one small thing, it can affect several others. And this causes to the real problem. You can lose money, lose trust of your clients. You can load support, load ops works, and people can drop onboarding conversion, you can lose the clients. And then I say this 57 hours of manual regression, it's not the abstract risk, it's the real full work week of whole team. Just to make sure that they don't lose the trust of our clients. Again, the regress testing is checked before release, to make sure that our new functionality will not break the existing one. And usually it takes the same in all companies, the process of regress testing. You take your smoke suit, your regress test to check everything. You take 1, 2 days, 3 days, depends on capacity of your product. Try to run these test cases, find the bugs, fix the critical one before release, and then ship. This is the old model. And the QA joined the development process after the feature is ready. So feature is ready, QA verifies, write test cases, expand coverage, and then make regression after that release. So, and the team think that they wrote test cases, the coverage, they regress it, so they in safe. But this thing scale, and sometimes they spend time on not important areas, but really important areas live under tested. So now I want to share with me what is the main reason your release get delayed. Like then you want to release your product, sometimes you think that, okay, we'll plan our release on Thursday, but then Thursday comes, something happens, something like bugs, some dependencies, other thing, and your release delayed in 1 week or maybe later. So Florian, I need your help. Come to me, please. How can we move this screen to the... Because we're sharing only one screen now. Ah, okay. Okay. Technical problems here. So let's take a look together. Yeah, unexpected bugs, API errors, deadlines, bugs rolled, no QA testing at all. Yes, unexpected issue. So these really good examples, because what they want to say, not here. Yep. Your answer's quite similar, it's different, but you raise the real problem that it was almost no unique answers. You raised the common things and its symptoms of one failure structure. That old model become not really useful, and in the result, regress testing became the race of the time. So your release depends on how fast your QA team or dev team will check that your code is really good. And old model was good because the system was simpler. It was few the models, few the systems and code. I think everyone agrees that this AI, the development become faster. Only in 1 year, 25% more commits. So why, if development going fast, the QA capacity is still the same? So they defined that quality doesn't grow with number of test cases. It grows where we spend our attention. But how to decide where to put our attention firstly? So this is why it goes to risk-based testing. And when I say risk-based testing, it sounds like let's test less, but that's not the point. The point that they need to understand where they have to put our attention. So let's take a look at this screen. This is the screen page of our application, one of our several products. And here the client has to fill the form of bank details. So they need to understand his bank name, personal number, account name, and some document. Usually it's bank statement something. But here, 3 different types of bugs. Let's take a look. First one is a typo in a title. So here is written bank details, but instead of bank details. Yes, that's bad. Second one, not obvious, but it's the real bug which our QA will catch, is confusing input mask. If you see personal number, let's imagine you fill the bank details form and you see the personal number. How do you think, what do you have to fill here? You don't know? Me neither. So, and third one is the button confirm, is broken validation. The confirm button available to click this empty form or this invalid data inside. It means that client can put our their empty application to the request, from request to backend, and you will create the entity in the database. Very bad, yes. So let's imagine, again, let's go to the earphones. Let's imagine that this is not abstract page. This is your business, this is your application. And how do you think which of these bugs hurt the business more hardest? You can scan and rank. Yep, here. Yes, 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 it works. Yeah, really good. Thank you so much. I think the picture will not change, and I totally agree with you that validation allows click confirm is the hardest one for the business. Confusing mask is also important, but not like validations, and typer it's the safest one. So what you did now, you play as QA, like real QA, but you didn't just find the bug, you prioritize them, and this leads to the team attention and the decision for the release. But you did it intuitively, but they can put it for the formula, for the risk. So they can look at risk through the three components. It's impact, change surface, and safety net. So impact, it's how it's painful for us, for the business. Like how much users it will touch, how bad for the business, for the application, for the trust. Change surface is how widely it takes. Because then you change one file, it can affect for the whole application. For example, authentication. This is some library things that you can change, and you will change the whole things. And safety net, it's something that protects us. So this is auto tests, this is some design review, some processes which can protect us. And so the formula is how widely it's painful for us and divided by the safety net. Because if we have the big impact, but we already have the big safety net, this is the okay situation. But if they have the really big change surface, is on the whole screens, but they have small safety net, they're in danger. So take a look through the formula with every bug. So typo is cosmetic thing. It's not real problem. This is about the impact. The surface is also small because I think this is title only on one page, and safety net is also okay because I think this thing go through the design review. The risk is low, and what we do here, they just file the bug, and I think move on. So all they can say to the developer, let's fix it faster. So they don't spend so much time here. Confusing marks, second one. This is important thing because then people don't understand what to feel. They got stuck. They spend time. They got angry. And they can even drop the funnel and will lose these clients. Or they will start to write to support, and this also staff time. Change surface is one field, one flow, okay, and safety net a week because auto test can understand the form is understandable or not. So medium risk, and what we do here, they check the similar scenarios. Probably they go to the PO or analyst and have conversations. What we have to change here to our clients be clear during our tunnel. And the last one, as you said, this is the highest one. So because empty application leads to the real money losing, the manual ops work. This is the time of our staff. This is the losing of our clients. And this is impact. Surface here is really wide because these click buttons, these confirm buttons, is lives in every page on application, as you know. and everywhere the same logic. So, and let's imagine the safety net here is none, and here is high risk. Here they have to expand our manual testing. They have to check backend acceptance. They have to go to similar scenarios. And probably they have to block the release. So this is the totally different reaction because here our decision stop our release, and our clients will receive the new version much later, and time to market is expanded. So, but one isolated screen, this similar. They just define the problem, make decision, and go on. But a real problem starts then they talking about the whole release, because the release is not one screen. Release is a dozen of tickets, files changed, models, and at the top of it, they already have some test coverage. So then you have already some test coverage. You have to retest the whole thing before make sure that everything is good. And in this moment, the volume of connection is past working memory. So they didn't need another 3 QA or 5 QA to maintain the regress testing. They needed the kind of stable system that will show us the map between code and test coverage. So, and this is where AI came in. So, AI doesn't make decision for us, it's obvious, but this is a cool tool that can, in 10-20 minutes, create the human readable form report, which show us what they have to test. And as you know, AI very good with code now. So, and I think it's obvious that your result from AI depends on context that you feed in. So you have to provide the good input, some code, some files, some description to receive the good results. In testing the same, but what they have to feed to the AI, then they talk about the test regress. So the thing, they can combine release branch, so the whole tickets from the release in one branch. AI can read difference, get difference. Also, they can provide the Jira tickets. Jira tickets here is like description of every ticket. So they provide not only the code form, they provide the real world description. And here AI can understand the business context. Then change files and models, okay. And Allure test ops mapping is test environment, so you can have the different one like Zephyr scale or test rail, it doesn't matter. The thing that the place where you write the test cases, so the steps how to reproduce some things and what you expect to see. So, and what they have to get back, the AI can make the report which highlight the key risk areas, some unmapped new functionality. That means that some part of codes which not in the test coverage yet. And also the cool feature that they can separate your existing test cases to the zones, what you must test, what recommended to test, and what the sweetest one, what you can skip. So selective automation targets, also important thing, because then your products come really big. Which situation now your automation list also like 500, 1,000 end-to-end tests, and this really costs for the infra, for the CI environment. So sometimes automate tests took like a few hours, and it's also a problem. So AI doesn't make any decision for us, but if they can take 700 files and say that you have to pay your attention in the 30 of them, it's already cool. So I would like to show you one real release, our release. They had the really heavy one. So it was 40 tickets, 700 files changed, 15K files added, 15 models, and they already has 400 test cases. By the old model, they would open all 400 test cases and run them as wide as possible, just to be sure that our existing code didn't break. And this is about 3 days of testing and still no focus on the right things. What they did differently? They insert the AI impact into pre-merge job, into release branch, and in 15-20 minutes we receive the real good impact analysis. Let me show you. Yeah, here, private information. So, what they see here? They see here that analysts highlight the key risk areas. Key risk areas is, I will see with you. Oh. Key risk areas is that they rewrite operations, rewrite some new functionality, they remake our transfer flow and card issue fee. And cool thing that this is our all input. Oh, where the cursor? Yep. This is all our input, and in the result, they receive that breakdown by test cases. So 200 of 400 is about 50% is must test. Not because we love manual work, it's because this release had really had stuff. 83 test cases recommended. What does it mean recommended? It means that it's had maybe big change surface, but it has really good safety net. So AI understands that which coverage we have and connect it to the already automation. And the tastiest one for me is can skip zone. So what does it mean? They don't test these 22% of test cases. They don't lose our time to this thing. So if they have to go to the can skip zone, they see that in the code, in the test cases plan, they have the chart, for example, which has 25 test cases, but no code change at all and no dependencies. So what they did differently, they skip quarter of time and spent more time what's really essential. Really essential here was operations, it's payments, it's money, it's time. So here the same information, how we improve it. And the really good thing that AI can find, because you provide your test coverage mapping, it can provide you some things that aren't mapped yet. And this is exactly kind of thing that old model misses, because the team is busy running 400 test cases and feeling productive. In the meanwhile, a brand new feature can just keep and you find it in the product, so in the production. But I want to be honest, at Salmon, they went through a long process to get this work to. The first iteration, the rough, regression time went up, the time spent more hours to adjust the AI models, and the risk actually got bigger. On day one, AI can make your regression more expensive, not cheaper. But after a few releases, they got to a kind of stable setup, and it get back with early efforts. So here are the things the AI really struggles, and I want to highlight it. So hidden runtime dependencies. AI read difference well, no doubt, but the difference doesn't always show the real picture, because as you know, you open the git change, you see only the change, not the old blast radius. So these things that show up that only on runtime, because then you compile the code, you can receive the errors. Then you compose the containers, you can receive the errors. Then you open the application in the browser, you see the different picture. AI doesn't know what is it. So cross-cutting change, also the most dangerous zone is change that looks small, but actually touch many places, like in example with authentication or shared models, components, storage. So here our QA engineers still do the final sanity check. Weak or missing test mapping, this is the pain, because AI doesn't know the truth. Sometimes AI just invent or make some weak guess, you know, then you ask something, this is the not right answer, but they invent the answer. So then they provide the test coverage mapping, it's show the full picture for the AI. AI can understand the not only code, but the description of the task. And new feature without any history. If a feature is brand new, the architecture around it, it's not stable, and coverage is almost zero, AI doesn't know what should be critical. AI doesn't know the business boundary. So we have to provide the good context here. This is my advice is if you will try to build such thing. Little of our experience, it's not like common things. It's just our experience in our own repositories, and your experience might be different, but people ask often, and I'll share it. So in our Android, for example, repository Codex constantly gave us better result. Our Android repo is Kotlin, and this strict model separation, a relatively flat package, and Codex picks up the agent's MD file and read it well. So you can put the rules inside, how we name the model, where you have to go first, and other things. And Codex do it really good because Android itself has a good scaffold. On iOS, for example, in our experience, Cloud give us the better results. And we think it's because Cloud keeps long context better and stays more accurate than it has to walk through many connected files without losing any details. Then your code has first jump, then second jump, then third jump, and you have to take the context for a long way. So in this situation, Cloud really better. This is not takeaway that choose Codex for Android and Cloud for iOS. The takeaway is you have to spend time to match the best model for your repository. And in the result, the system will provide you the better results, even this full automated process. Then you spend your time to the important things in the release. So about automation. If we understand that we already know how to spend our attention right, so what about the basic checks? Basic checks is also really important for today, because today client already spoiled by very good UX application like Airbnb. Everyone use it. So you intuitively understand it's predictable, it's not freeze, and then these things happens in your application. People, they will not blame to front end or back end or design or QA team. They just drop it and go to the next one, because in our time, bad UX, bad works, it's not acceptable. So, and these things also grows, like developers code more with AI, and basic checks also grows. So they matters, but over time they grow into hundreds. And in this situation, together with dev team have agreement that that basic, repeatable, predictable have to be firstly stabilized and then put into automation. And into automation, they put the thing that like happy paths or critical scenarios like login, registration, other things that repeatable many times. Then basic UX check. It's answer the question, does the screen open, is some elements is visible or not. Regression base is very important that I started. And the simpler rule which we define, if you will take two QA engineer and they will test the thing the same way, is good candidate for automation. And other things that human really good have to rest for the manual testing. It's new and unstable scenarios, so like something new without any history. Here they have to take a look manually. Exploratory testing, so strange combinations, some things like confusing mask. The automated tests, they will not ever understand this is good or not. They will just do what you have to do. Something with high risk and weak safety net. So remember our formula. They have some things with high impact with small safety net yet, because some scenarios it's not really to automate. not all things they can automate, only stabilize and predictable things. And things that need real business context. So here, QA attention is justified. And here at Salmon, they moved from old model to the new one. So quick reminder, old model was like QA join after dev make the feature, verify it, and say, is there a bug or not? Now QA holds the two questions at once. What happens if we release it? And what happens if they don't? So QA as business partner, it doesn't mean that QA fastly became a product manager or stakeholder or owner of the business. It means that QA now at Salmon, they look not only with QA eyes, but also with eyes of support, of ops, of our staff, of our clients, and just from person who connects the quality to the code. The old model said that QA joins only features ready. Now they have the shift left approach. That means that QA joins as much as sooner. On the idea stage, they can highlight the inconsistencies and problems during requirements. Then the analyst or some other staff makes some documentation. They can test documentation and find some critical things already before the developer starts their tasks. During implementation, for that reason, they already know how wide the change surface, what they have to put on automation, where automation will be enough, and where they have to take a look stronger. During release, QA make decision, this is block or not, and after release quality doesn't disappear because then you click the deploy button, this is not the end. After that, they have to monitoring, alerting, they have to check the client's feedback and provide it to the dev team. And with this model, the team receive not just QA as test executor. The team gets more than list of defects. The team gets a clear risk picture, a clearer release decision, less chaos in the release, and less surprises in the end. So, automation and AI take away our daily routine, and other things live for the things that human really good. This is analysis, this is exploratory testing, this is risk management. And I started this talk with numbers. Let me close these numbers. They had 2,000 cases and half in general. Then this AI-powered and automated and risk management, we reduced this thing, manual regression by 70%, average, of course, average. Regression time by 50%. Now it's not already now 5 days, it's reduced to the 2-3, but it's already success. Impact analysis, before the AI came in, they did it like manually in 3-4 hours. With our stable models, they do it in 15-20 minutes just by premier job. And the really smart CI. So now our impact analysis can say that you don't have to run all 500 test cases, automated cases in your CI or your infra. It's enough to run the important one, and it's example 70 less. But this is for the situation that your deadlines is burned. And if I will put the whole presentation in one phrase, I think we stopped confusing activity with progress, because then you just run thousands of test cases because this was normal for years, for decades, is just activity. Then you understand what's really important is the progress. And this is two really different things. Thank you so much.
All right. So we have very limited of time. So one question, do we have one or two? I will. So who was first? Okay, you.
Thank you. Like you said, we get a lot of errors during the releases. I think most of the errors happen in CI/CD pipelines. Sometimes we might forget some access tokens, or we might drop some env variables, and your app can run perfectly, but when you hit some page, it crashes.
Yes.
I think it's called human errors. How do you usually handle human errors?
So, as I said, not all things they can give to the AI and to automation, the human errors is still exist, and for that reason they put these categories to the manual attention. So the manual attention is really matters here. That's right. Runtime, hidden errors is important. Not, they don't use AI here because this is important. And for the composing, for the compiling, the runtime errors, they do it manually. So they still do sanity check by hands. Yes.
I have a question about prioritizations. When you do analysis with AI, do you add some rules, add rules like use traceability metrics to check yourself or something like this? When you feed data to AI?
Yes, this is a thing. This is a good question because they have some compliance thing, so they can feed some PI data and other things. Here, the limits by Cloud Codex because they have enterprise subscription, so they don't using yet open weight AI. And in this our enterprise subscription, they have list of rules that and guarantees that AI, for example, Cloud Codex will not train by our code. So, yep. Thanks so much for the question.
Okay, last question over here. Yeah.
So how do you manage bug reporting from non-technical people? And after patching the issue, do you cover a specific bug area do you cover a specific bug area that was fixed with a test or not?
Again, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. So how do you manage your bug reporting from a non-technical people? And after patching the issue, do you cover a specific bug area with test cases or not?
Okay.
Because this area was examined, so does it need to be covered or not?
So first one question is how they manage the test problem from non-tech people, right?
Yeah.
Yes, this normal situation that some stuff like designer or ops or support can find the bug or take some things from the clients. And for this reason, they have the full support department, and they have the process where the second line will get to the QA, verifying and developing thing. Then we'll start a ticket, like for Jira or Asana, what you use, and depends on priority, they take a look. And second question, please.
And after patching the issue, do you cover a specific bug area with test cases or not? Because that issue was examined, so is it needed or not?
Yes, it depends on the case. So sometimes people find the really edge cases. So they're trying to release without any bugs, obvious, but people find. And sometimes these edge cases is really important through our formula, so they can risk at change surface and impact. And if this thing really risky, they put it on the test coverage, maybe probably they automate this thing to avoid it in the future. And also they have the post-mortem politics, so some incidents from the reality, they do post-mortem reports, and they also show these post-mortems to the AI to train our models. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause.